who's stating his place among the league's best with 6 picks this season. It's the Lions and the Bears.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to one of our favorite spots, venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Today we hit Week 10, and we've got a Bears. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, you look at this Bears team entering play. Things haven't gone exactly according to plan to this point, but boy, you and I down there with them before the game, they were fired up.
And they understand how important this game is. Win this one, they can start to think about a turnaround.
Meanwhile, for the Lions here, they come in off a loss last time out, but overall they've been playing well. 6 wins and 8 prior to that defeat. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Amir Smith-Marset now from his...
And look at this. Right away, a loose football. And down inside the red zone at the 19-yard line. And how about that for some fireworks to start this one?
And the fireworks turned out to be for the kicking team, didn't they?
Yeah.
I mean, go down there, make a play, knock it free, and end up with the football. And for the team who's supposed to have the ball, now their defense has to run out on the field and see if they can slow things down a bit.
A quick scramble for the helmets, and now we switch sides.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Goff, a handoff here to Swift. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Give them 15 yards to start their first drive of the game. Well, there you go. This offense off to a strong start this afternoon.
Yeah, with a big run and a first down. That's putting what you practice into play. That's excellent execution to get things started.
1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road.
And in for the Lions, touchdown. T.J. Hockenson. His 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Lions go down the field in just 2 plays to take the early lead.
There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Here come the Bears, and at the helm is someone that they have a lot of hopes for leading this franchise. The 11th pick in 2021 out of Ohio State, Justin Fields.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game. Almost like basketball, where both teams press, and one team gets an advantage, the other team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
Fields throw hauled in by QT here.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Back to Montgomery on 2nd down.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line.
2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down.
To throw is Fields. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back as a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive?
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
Now it's Fields.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body.
Picked off by Deshaun Elliott.
And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
So first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
After the interception, here's Goff.
And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Goff.
And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
On 1st and 10, Goff. And connecting here with DJ Shark.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. The Lions at 6-2 to start play. And they come in after a loss last time out, but they've still been in good form. They've won 6 of their last 8.
And quite frankly, there wasn't a whole lot to draw on in the loss last week because they were dominating every phase of the game. You got to hope that they show a little more life in this one because they certainly didn't have it in their last outing.
On 1st down, Goff.
Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. 4 yards remain on 2nd down. Ball on the 10.
There's Goff.
Looks again for T.J. Hockenson, and he's got him again. And the Lions are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
Well, he does have 1 touchdown in the game already, and while this one won't go for 6, it's enough to get him 1st and goal. But you and I both know he's going to be a little upset he didn't cross the goal line for a 2nd time in this one.
Might want the ball here on the next play.
Swift looking for a signal, but none forthcoming. They stopped him shy of the goal line.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. To throw is Goff. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown.
James Mitchell
with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Lions have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead.
They've got to be thrilled on the road right now. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, and quickly trying to make it 14-0.
Yeah, and mentioned it already. On the road, to be able to go into someone else's house and establish a start like that, obviously your confidence rises in a big way, and you're putting some doubt in their minds.
So that drive in total 8 plays, and the end result, a Detroit touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
From the end zone is Smith-Marset. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game.
Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it. And when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now.
On second down, Montgomery. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line.
Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Amani Oruwariye.
And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown.
Charles, it is pretty rare that we see a team build this kind of lead in the opening quarter. And, man, they seem to be clicking on all three phases right there. The defense doing its part with a pick six.
And it's absolutely been the definition of a start that you would pick for yourself and for your team, right? And I have a feeling that they just want to stay in this zone. What's truly incredible about this start is they can add on a couple more scores. This one could legitimately be over in the second quarter.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And it's now 21-0. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. That pick six just a moment ago. Things went from bad to worse. Look up at the scoreboard now. Not looking good here. We'll see if they can put something together on this drive. 1st and 10. Pick six last drive. Here's Fields again.
His throw incomplete. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Fields.
Throw left side, complete to QT. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Well, these guys certainly need something good to go their way because this first quarter has been something of a disaster for them trying to move the ball. But that completion there maybe can get them focused and moving in the right direction.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Back to throw. Fields.
Sideline throw. It's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 4 catches, 54 yards.
And he was able to get open there, but that's not always easy against this bunch defensively. We are deep enough into the season where numbers count. This is #1 rated defense in the NFL. He'll have a tough time.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
The false start penalty, and now they're back to needing 10 yards on 2nd down.
Now Fields.
They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Escaping the pressure right. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down.
Levi Onwuzurike in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Not the start to this one that any quarterback would want or envision. Remember, he had the pick 6, and here he ends up on his backside.
And you have to wonder to yourself, okay, after throwing the pick 6, did he get too careful with the football and not deliver downfield and take that sack? They've got to make sure that he's really into this game.
So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13.
Here's Fields.
And he finds Montgomery complete. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down.
Fields now to throw. And that incomplete, nearly intercepted. But remember, he had his hands on one earlier, had one pick. Could have been his second, but instead it's 4th down.
And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now.
It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost push them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. They'll try and run here with Swift. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. The first carry now. This is Williams. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. 21-0 our score after 1. The Lions with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter, as they've got it 2nd and 7. Now a carry for Swift. And this will wind up a Lions first down as good running gets him to about the 44.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well right at them and right up the middle.
Now a first down throw. Goff. He'll get this one to the Golden Domer, St. Brown.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Complete to St. Brown. 10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the 47-yard line.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches.
They will run straight ahead with Swift.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. On first down, it's gone. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. On 2nd down, Swift.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Gone.
Screen play set up for Williams.
And he's going to be a yard short. Needed 4, but got 3.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Seibert's kick is good, and the rout is on. It's 24-0. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
This taken in at the goal line, and he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The midterm elections are now concluded, and I think we can all breathe a sigh of relief for that. But now it's time for midterm football, where we've moved past the unofficial halfway point of the season, and we got a couple of good matchups in the night games here in Week 10. Tonight it's North versus South in California, the Chargers and Niners from Santa Clara. And then tomorrow, Monday night, it's both Charles's birthday, happy early birthday, buddy, and the first primetime appearance for the Commanders as they travel up to Philly to take on the Eagles. A lot going on.
It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Here's Fields.
And that is incomplete. On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. They juked him. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Lions will take over.
Well, let's shine the spotlight on the former Georgia Bulldog, DeAndre Swift, who's set to begin this next drive.
At his current pace, sure looks well in line for a 1,000-yard season, but some of the older folks watching that remember the 12-game seasons in the NFL probably say, man, it was a lot harder to do that back then.
Yeah, even the 14-game seasons. And, you know, when we talk to those veteran runners, some of those guys who wear gold jackets, right, and appear in Canton, they look at this and go, you know, it's kind of like going to school and taking 5 years to get your degree instead of just 4.
A victory lap. Well, they also used to walk uphill to school both ways.
In the snow.
In the snow.
Blizzards.
Milk was 5 cents. Hey, but he's having a great year, not to take anything away from him. Now Goff on 1st down. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Now a play fake, and it's gone.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. On 3rd down, here comes Swift.
And he's got the 1st down before being taken down at the 46.
3rd and 2, right? So this is a situation where low man has got to win at the line of scrimmage. But it's not just the low man winning. It's the low man who's winning with some force. And they had that to pick up the 1st down.
Barely picking it up, but they did.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. This is Swift on the counter.
And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Once again, it's Swift.
And he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
61 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this 1st half.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time. And you got to think the guys on defense, They couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10
at their own 24.
From the gun, here's Fields. And this will be caught by Mooney.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Running left, Montgomery. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Fields leaving it with Montgomery here on the option.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
Off play action, Fields.
And that is incomplete. Here's Brett Kern now to punt this one away. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
DeAndre Swift heading back out with his Detroit teammates.
And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
From the gun, here's Swift.
And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
I don't think anyone thought we'd see a run facing 2nd and that long, and that element of surprise, I think, helped make that play so successful. Nice effort on that carry, and it took what seemed like 2nd and impossible, now has him within throwing range of a 1st down.
Throwing on 3rd, Goff. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away.
And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt, and the Bears take over. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field.
And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
On 1st down, Fields.
And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
A shotgun snap, Fields. Throw left side, complete to Harry.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. Open man is Kmet, the tight end.
And he won't quite make him. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down.
I thought maybe when he caught, he'd have a good chance of getting that 1st down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
Here's Brett Kern now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20.
The Lions now taking over late in this 1st half. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room.
On 1st and 10, Goff. Over the middle, hauled in by Shark. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. The final shot before break here. Goff. And he rifles one incomplete. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in a minute, but first, let's take a spin around the NFL and see what's going on here in week number 10. We'll start up at Highmark Stadium, just outside of Buffalo. And it's the Bills who lead that one late in the second quarter. Stephon Diggs, 2 touchdown catches on the afternoon. From there, we'll stay in the AFC East as we jet down the coast to check on the Dolphins at Hard Rock Stadium. And for the moment, they trail the visiting Browns in that one. Nick Chubb with 2 touchdowns thus far. Lastly, we head to the Gulf Coast and check on the Bucs at home in Tampa. And you can see they have the lead over the visiting Seahawks. A touchdown run there for Leonard Fournette. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Lions. And the ground game has been a big part of why they have this big lead. And you have to figure they'll lean on it a little bit more in the third and fourth quarters. Meanwhile, for the Bears, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. So here are the Lions to take over. They were losers to the Packers a week ago, but they've got the lead right now here as they come up on a 1st and 10. Third quarter starts with a run from Swift. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. From the 22, Goff. Looking sideline, incomplete. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now it's Goff. Just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Now it's Fields. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. Now look, you're not going to be able to get this all back at once, but that certainly helps.
So you're saying 3 yards in the cloud of dust, not the strategy?
I go aerial attack.
Yeah, I think that's what has to happen. And if you're going to run it, you need to break off big chunks. We just saw a big play right there. They need plenty of those.
On 1st down, it's Fields. That's complete to Mooney. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. On 1st and 10, here's Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet.
And he's going to have a gain of 11 to the 11 before he's brought down. 1st and 10. On the jet sweep, here's Harry. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Now a give running left with Montgomery.
And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
He'll be hit and taken down at the 21.
Aiden Hutchinson
in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sack.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
Santos' kick is up and through, and they get a little bit closer here as the lead's down to 3 touchdowns. That helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. Detroit's offense ready to take over. And these guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Play action. It's gone. Out to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side.
And this almost intercepted. Not sure he saw the free safety that time. But lucky, incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down.
But that was actually throwing game 101 right there. You challenge double coverage like that, you're liable to get burned. Fortunate that was just incomplete.
Here comes the Lions punter now as he's on to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line.
The Chicago offense set to get started. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
On 2nd and 7, Fields. And he'll find QT on the right side complete. First down, here's the run to Montgomery. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. From the 36, Fields. This is Montgomery with a grab over the middle.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Fields.
Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Back to throw, Fields.
To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. To throw again on 2nd down.
Fields over the middle, and that's caught by Kmet.
And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 22-yard line. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point, and what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a first down.
Well, that's about as exciting of a 1-yard run as you're going to see. Finding a way to dodge that first would-be tackler, but again, just 1 yard out of it. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Here's Fields. And that is incomplete.
Well, partner, they certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
Santos' kick is up and through, and the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. So out now come the Lions. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. Now he's able to break through 1 tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Gone. Steps away to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. Now Goff. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
Here comes the Lions punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there. And taken at the 46. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Another try after the first down sack.
Fields. Oh, Fields is intercepted for a...
Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. Well, do you want to unpack that one, or do you want me to?
You're the boss.
We get the interception, then really he's just too loose with a football on the return, and he coughs it right back up the other way.
I've seen this happen in an NFL game, and boy, did it cost someone. San Francisco at Atlanta a few seasons ago. Atlanta throws the interception. San Francisco runs it back. Game is salted away. Fumbles on the return. Atlanta gets it back, drives down, kicks the game-winning field goal.
How about that? And a crazy situation we just saw there. Throwing again on 2nd down. Fields. And he's going to lose yardage here. as they will switch ends as time has run out on this third quarter of play. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. Well, they've clearly made a conscious decision here to be more aggressive in the late stages of this.
Get it. In this situation, if you want to be aggressive out near midfield, you feel good about your defense maybe, or just, hey, I thought I had a proper play call. But how about the guys that just stopped them? How good do they feel right now? Hey, you want to go for it here? We shut you down? They're over on the bench right now feeling great.
They go back to the ground, this time Swift. Oh, and that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. 88 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Goff now looking to throw. Left side, that's caught by Mitchell.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Goff now looks to throw. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hockenson. And he's going to be brought down. He needed to get to the 20, but he's a yard or 2 short. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that's going to make it 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get him the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it.
They'll try it now with Swift.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit.
DeAndre Swift with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. So how about the fortitude there? They're in field goal range, but they say, no, forget the 3. We think we can get the first, and they wind up getting a lot more than they bargained for.
And I love how you used an SAT word to describe what we just saw there, partner. That's got to be a deflated defense. You see the head down, the shoulders slumped. But we've talked about this before. Sometimes as a defense, you get so wrapped up in defending the first down line that that's your last line of defense. And once they get past that, they're gone.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Bears set and ready to go. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Aiden Hutchinson able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
To throw is Fields.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone, and he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown.
Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them, play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
From the end zone is Smith-Marset. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Chicago offense set to get started. Facing a big fourth-quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. Pick six last drive. Here's Fields again.
He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6. At the 20.
Now Fields. There's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Out of the gun, Fields.
He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 39-yard line.
Fields now to throw.
Throwing middle, and it's complete. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
From the gun, here's Fields.
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes.
Aleem McNeil
In there with pressure yet again. That is the 7th time that they have dropped him here this afternoon.
Partner, my vocabulary isn't that great, but to me, there's only one word that fits this front 7 today, and that's dominant. 4 and 5 sacks is already rare in one game. Getting to more than 6 in one contest while winning by this many points, an absolutely astounding effort by every player involved.
To try again after the sack.
Fields.
And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
3rd and long. It's Fields.
Under pressure, and down he goes.
Well, this is getting ridiculous. 8 sacks now. That time multiple guys get to it.
Well, have a game, sir. Why don't you? A sack earlier and an exclamation point here late in the game. And this one won by his side of the ball. They played so well. Surprised he didn't get his 2nd sack earlier.
Fourth down. Fields has to have this one.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And that will force a turnover on downs. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2. If they get into a 3rd situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
They'll stay on the ground with Swift.
And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line.
Throwing on 3rd. Goff. It's caught. Mitchell. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. Make that now 3 straight 2-yard gains.
On 4th down, Goff departs, and Austin Seibert is out there for the Lions field goal now.
He made his first, this from 47 yards out. Seibert able to knock this one through, and that will extend their lead even further.
So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
Now the Bears offense ready to take over again.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Here's Fields.
And he's going to have the hook up to QT. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
It's another first down as they bite off 23 more on that one. Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then, partner. Just control what you can control right now, and all they can control.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Mike Hughes. Past the 20. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown.
Well, no surprise to see that one, partner. The league's #1 defense coming through with a huge pick 6.
And it's plays like that one that have made them the most feared group to face this year. Offenses, they're trying to figure out how to work around them rather than work through them. Big-time impact playmakers scattered throughout the unit on every level, and they can change a game at a moment's notice.
Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field.
And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick 6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them.
Throwing after the interception. Fields. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
2nd and 10. Fields again.
And now here is another interception. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
Go off a handoff here to Swift.
And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21.
Tackle made at the 21-yard line. 1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
On 2nd and 9, Goff. And that's going to be incomplete. And this offense on 3rd down today, just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This is 3rd and 9.
Swift going to try up the middle. Oh, and fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line.
And now we're going to get a stoppage as, yeah, that looks like Jackson who's shaken up.
Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10.
First down, and they go with Swift again.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
It's the pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
They run out of the gun with Swift.
And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
The tackle made by Jalen Smith. A 3-yard pickup. And it's 3rd down.
Out of the gun. Goff. And it's caught. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. Seibert's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Amani Oruwariye.
And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown.
But just to add that to the list of great moments for this defense today, they've really shredded that game plan on the other side all 4 quarters. And, Charles, that pick 6, that's kind of the cherry on top.
Yeah, they did it, and I feel like I'm quoting a bad movie line, but they did it together, didn't they? Fed off of each other, every big play they made, every tackle, every pick, everything they've done. They continually built energy in this one, and how about them culminating with a pick 6?
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camp, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for Detroit, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for the Bears, it was a game they really needed as they drop back to 4-6. And they'll try to turn it around next week as they head to Atlanta for a matchup with the Falcons.